Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about high estrogen on TRT, how to improve it. Okay, so in this video I want to talk about also about aromatase inhibitors. Okay, so first of all, I don't like aromatase inhibitors. Okay, especially the doses prescribed by doctors and clinics. Okay, because most of them they prescribe really huge doses of aromatase inhibitors. Okay, so and not every guy needs aromatase inhibitors. Okay, probably only like 1% really needs aromatase inhibitors because the underlying issue why your estrogen is high on TRT is completely different than just the usage of aromatase inhibitors. Okay, so you really need to have some genetic predisposition where you need really high doses of aromatase inhibitors. Okay, so guys, high estrogen on TRT. Before you make any decision, okay, do test. Okay, so with all of my clients, I run test first. Okay, before I make any decision on anything. Okay, so the more tests you make, the better results, the lower supplements intake and so on. Okay, because also you don't want to take 12 supplements, you need to take only supplements that really fix your underlying issue. Okay, so if you need my help, okay, for your TRT, the best add-ons on TRT, you will find a link for my coaching under this video. Okay, and let's start with the video. Okay, so uh, estradiol. Okay, so estradiol is the most potent form of estrogen in man's body. Okay, so uh, it's not like prolactin. Okay, for example, from my point of view, prolactin, even very low dose, is beneficial for men. Okay, so with estradiol we need some estradiol. Okay, so let's talk about golden range. Okay, so golden range supposed to be 20 to 35 picogram per milliliter. Okay, but all is androgen dependent. Okay, how? Okay, so we should look at the ratio. Okay, the ratio between testosterone to estradiol. Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, so if your testosterone, total testosterone is 600, uh, your estradiol should be around 70 to 20. Okay, for like proper functioning. Okay, because you know, too much estradiol is not good, but also too little is not good. Okay, too much estradiol will have effect on your erections. Okay, so uh, you will most likely develop something. You will develop something like vascular leakage. Okay, so estrogen can also induce prolactin and many other things. Okay, so also estrogen is stress hormone per se. Okay, so we don't want to keep it high, but also low estrogen means you can have a joint pain, pain in joints, and even some cognition issues. So at least some estradiol would be good. Okay, so when estrogen is high on TRT, it's often due one of more of the following. Okay, so like increased aromatase activity. Okay, aromatase will convert testosterone to estradiol. Okay, so also what we can use, for example, we can also use like a DHT. Okay, because DHT is also like mm, slight aromatase inhibitor. Okay, but it's not working in this like extremely hard way like aromatase inhibitors. Okay, even low dose of aromatase inhibitors can in some guys decrease estradiol significantly. Okay, so and you are taking this like once or twice per week, so probably there will be some fluctuation, if you understand. Okay, so uh, like adding DHT to your TRT protocol can help a lot. Okay, so be careful if you are using HCG. Okay, if you are using DHEA, because both of them, especially in high doses, can also boost estradiol, especially SCG can boost estradiol significantly. Okay, there are ways how you can prevent this. Okay, so if you need my help, you will find the link for the coaching. Okay, so the first thing is increased aromatase activity. It has also a lot to do with inflammation and all this kind of stuff. You will lower inflammation. Okay, you will also lower aromatase activity. Okay, so another thing many guys struggle with is poor estrogen clearance via liver. Okay, so and then you take steroids, then you take TRT and so on, and you have even more problems with the liver. Okay, because liver is working via glucuronidation, sulfation, methylation. Okay, if this is affected, you will most likely have problem with clearing the estrogen. Okay, also poor bile flow and microbiome imbalances. Okay, so you can have like high beta glucuronidase, and your body will reactivate estrogen in your body. Okay, so uh, it will recycle. Okay, so it's extremely crucial. Okay, to have proper bile flow and microbiome imbalances. Therefore, if you, for example, improve your microbiome, okay, so you don't even need aromatase inhibitors. Okay, there are many. I have many case studies with my clients where we fixed the microbiome and suddenly there was no need for aromatase inhibitors, because, like I said, I really don't like the effect of aromatase inhibitors, and many of them can crash your estradiol. Okay, so another thing is nutritional deficiency. It is also connected with poor bile flow. Yeah, but for example, let's talk about boron. Okay, boron is extremely effective for lowering estrogen. Okay, so many people, they don't know that, but it's extremely, you know, good for lowering estrogen, but only in the case that you have this nutritional deficiency. Okay, so and you really need to be careful also with natural supplements, because everyone is talking about natural about aromatase inhibitors, but no one is talking about danger from uh, natural supplements. Because there was one guy who wanted to work with me, and I gave him some recommendation, and then he didn't want to. Okay, but when I take a look at his supplement stack, he was using too much for lowering estradiol, and it was quite easy to detect where was the issue. Okay, because he was using a lot of natural estrogen blockers and things that clear the estrogen from the liver and so on. Okay, so also slow liver phase 2 detox or compromised methylation is contributing to higher level of estrogen. Okay, so aromatase converts T to E2. This E2 is the most potent estrogen in man's body. If impaired, you have overproduction of E2. Okay, there are several things that can help. Okay, like zinc, epigenin. Okay, so then we have methylation comp. Okay, so methylates estradiol to 2-ME. Okay, if it's impaired, you will build up active estrogens. Okay, so you really need to support methylation, and many guys have problem with methylation. Okay, so glucuronidation, okay, conjugates E2 into excretable form. Okay, if it's impaired, you will have reactivation in gut. Okay, so there are many great things that can help with this. Okay, sulfation, add sulfates group for clearance. Okay, build up of if it's impaired, you will build up E1 and E2. Okay, so great things like taurine, okay, are helping with this bile flow. Excrete conjugated estrogen via bile. This is extremely crucial and mostly under the radar of all biohackers and so on. Okay, so what it will create, it will recirculate the estrogen. Okay, so you definitely need to fix bile flow. And the last thing is beta-glucuronidase, okay? So it reactivates E2 in gut, okay? So what is caused? It causes estrogen reabsorption, okay? So guys, that's it. These are the main things you really need to fix. And if you need my help, you will find a link in the description.